do 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 do. Boo ba doo boo 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 ba doo boo. Okay, started. Dad. So what did you think about?
Why don't you give him a shot?
So what did you think about Godfather, Dad?
Godfather's a good movie.
It's good. What would you rate out of 10?
9.
9 out of 10.
I guess. I don't know. It's pretty good.
So, I put it like right above Godfather 2. Godfather. God.
Really? I think Godfather 2 is better.
Well, the thing about it is though that Godfather's is easier for me to understand, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, let me show you guys my movies here. Now, this is not going to be a little long, this is going to be brief. This is going to be showing the progression of how many movies I get. Considering I have so many movies, I've run out of shelf room. So, these are the movies I don't have space on my shelf for. So, this is my progression. It's a pretty large shelf, too, so, you know. Gotta get ready for that. So, let's see. Since this is the end, we're going to go through my list here of my movies.
Okay.
So at number 1, we got SSR, which stands for the Shawshank Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 2 is List, which stands for Schindler's List.
You like that better than the Shawshank Redemption?
No, Shawshank Redemption.
You like Shawshank Redemption better than Schindler's List?
Yes, Schindler's List is really good. Number 3 is Citizen Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I probably enjoyed myself the most, but that was just kind of because I was watching Pulp Fiction, just because it's a really inherently enjoyable film. It's just, it's not, you know, as technically good as these movies, and also these movies were more interesting, you know, more like, you know, you got like more emotions. They did better at being a film then. We got Star Wars Episode 4. The reason it's so high is because, of course, it is Star Wars. Everybody loves Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Godfather, of course, the one we're watching today, which is GF.
Mm-hmm.
Then Godfather 2, because this one was kind of hard for me to understand, but just from like people, from you who did understand it, it was like, it made a lot more sense. So, you know, I guess it was better that way. Back to the Future, I didn't enjoy Back to the Future as much as you did, but it's not bad, so I'll put it there. Wizard of Oz was kind of hard for me to rank, so I put it right below the movies I liked and right above the movies I didn't.
I see.
So then, because now we're here in number, here, wait, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're at number 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is officially the movies I hate. Or not hate, but I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Casablanca is really boring, and I don't
like
understand
Casablanca?
I really didn't understand why people like that film.
Oh.
2001: A Space Odyssey just was paced really badly.
Mm-hmm. It's certainly a different sort of film.
Wizard of Oz was... you said that, like, Wizard of Oz and Citizen Kane are, like, older than 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
And they were paced so much better than that film.
Yeah.
And
fair.
This film, it just seemed... 2001, it just seemed like they did not know how to end shots. They felt like... It felt like the prequels. I mean, not as bad as them, but, like, you know...
The prequels to Star Wars?
Yeah. That whenever somebody talks about the prequels and they're not referring to something specifically, they mean the prequels to Star Wars.
I see.
But it kind of feels like they're trying to show off how cool their, practical effects are. And they just keep showing you, and I'm like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. There's some good moments. And E.T. I really hate E.T. I don't
like E.T.
There are, like, very few redeemable qualities.
I don't like The Wizard of Oz, and I don't like E.T.
I think that... You know,
the movies on that list.
Steven Spielberg, I think he did a good job. His directing was pretty good. It wasn't amazing. It was groundbreaking. It was fine. The acting was really bad. The puppetry was okay. I think it's overrated.
Oh, the puppetry was pretty good, but you know.
There were some obvious green screen effects, but a lot of it was actually okay, you know. But honestly, the story, it just seemed just so dumb. And it just felt like it was really cringy. But I don't know, maybe I just don't understand what people like, I guess. So, yeah, that's my final list.
Well, let me see this. Of these, I would probably agree with you on E.T., putting it in final position. But this would be hard for me. You know I like Back to the Future. I'd put it higher up on the list. But I certainly enjoyed The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to rank them anymore. I like Casablanca better than you did, apparently.
Yeah, I just don't like the film. So, I mean, you know, what would you say about... Actually, I'm gonna go check my phone, because I think it's not... No, it's recording. I'm just checking. So, you know, what would you call this film out of a 10?
You already asked me that.
What would you say, though?
9.
9? I don't know. I put it out of an 8. An 8 out of 10. It's not as good as it was the first viewing. The hit scenes are extremely good. It's just that I just feel like, you know, you're kind of like bogging down the story with all this other stuff. But I know that's a really unpopular opinion. Like, probably the most unpopular opinion ever. That this film is like, kind of, I just feel like I just am not interested in these gangsters' lives.
Well,
Maybe
it's really kind of about the family.
Yeah, I'm just not.
And how the structures change when the power is passed from one generation to the next.
I just don't care.
Yeah. Well.
But there are some good jokes. There's some funny things. There's some good scenes from heartfelt moments. There's some tense scenes. I tell you, of course, the hit scene's amazing. But I can give them this. Well, who directed these movies? Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
Yeah. I give him congratulations. I give him all the congratulations. Why? Because he made it so that there's no way that Martin Scorsese could ever make the second or best gangster film. Because I hate Martin Scorsese. I don't have anything against his films. I've never seen him. I just hate him. Well, I don't hate him. He's not a bad person. He's just an idiot. Because he thinks that, well, just because action movies exist that you can't enjoy them. And I find it really annoying.
I don't think he's dumb.
I think
he's pretty smart.
He just doesn't understand, that movies can be enjoyed by other people than him. He seems really self-centered, don't you think?
I think he's just a snob, probably, is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I think he understands that people can enjoy comic book movies or action movies or whatever, but he doesn't think that's cinema. And, I don't know, it's sort of like the people who decry genre fiction because it's not real literary fiction. Well, I don't know that I agree. But, to be fair, there's a lot of blockbuster type movies that just really aren't that good. Yeah,
but that's not the thing. He's decrying this entire genre. He's saying, oh, all of this, you can't like this. I don't like it, so that means you can't.
Well, he didn't say you can't like it.
Yeah, well, he kind of did. He said, well, I don't believe these are movies.
He said, I don't believe it's cinema.
Yeah. He said they were more like theme park rides, which, is good, but he was saying...
That's kind of true.
He says they're good. That's good, but the way he's saying it though is it's like they're really empty and you don't enjoy them ever unless you turn your brain off.
Martin Scorsese didn't direct these films, so it's really irrelevant to this conversation.
Does he even have a movie on the list? Is he even on the list of this film? Shawshank Redemption.
Because Goodfellas is not on this list, is it?
No, it's not. Shawshank Redemption was directed by. I know it. The guy that did The Walking Dead. It's not him. Schindler's List was Steven Spielberg. Citizen Kane was the guy that played Citizen Kane. Orson Welles. Yeah. Pulp Fiction was Quentin Tarantino. Star Wars is George Lucas. Godfather and Godfather 2 was Francis Ford Coppola. Back to the Future was Robert Zemeckis. Wizard of Oz. I don't know. Not him. It was before his time. I can tell you that.
Before Robert Zemeckis' time?
No, it was before Martin Scorsese's time. Wizard of Oz was before his
definitely.
time. So, who directed that?
I don't know.
It wasn't him.
I probably knew at one point, but that was a long time ago.
The same goes with Casablanca. That was before his time. He couldn't have directed it. 2001, Stanley Kubrick and E.T. was Steven Spielberg, so he's not on the list. So he doesn't get to judge what is and isn't cinema.
He makes some good movies, but anyway, he's not on the list. Let's not talk about him.
He's an idiot.
Not an idiot.
Big old idiot.
I like Gangs of New York. But that's not on the list either. So I think The Godfather is definitely worth watching. I would watch it in order with Godfather 1 and then Godfather 2, and if you must, Godfather 3, which really isn't that bad of a movie. It's just, by comparison to the first two, it doesn't shine as bright.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually still pretty good. But
what movie would be on the same level as Godfather 3?
I don't know. Back to the Future Part 2.
Well, that's also controversial, so...
Yeah, well... it's definitely worth watching. And I think that... I personally find the characters really compelling in the Godfather movies. Take it as a whole, or at least for the first two parts of it. And it's really what it's about more than the plot. It's really just about the characters and these lives.
Yeah.
And the changing of the family dynamic.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about the film. It's weird. Because, I mean, there was this... I mean, it kind of... We thought that the five families, like, hit was in the second film, but it was actually in the first.
What do you mean we thought that?
Well, we were like... Well, I was like, oh, doesn't he kill the heads of the five families in the second film? And you were like, yeah, I think he does. But then it was in the first film.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, you asked me earlier, but...
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you know, it's like... It was fine. It was fun. It was a good movie. I don't understand why it's like Best Picture winner, you know. It was like this, and these are both Best Picture. These are best. It's like Green Book is on the same level as these movies here.
I don't think anyone thinks that Green Book is on the same level as these movies.
They're both Best Picture winners, so...
Yeah. I don't know anyone who really thinks that Green Book should have gotten the Best Picture, but anyway, that's beside the point.
I think Black Klansman should have got the Best Picture.
That would be one option. That would probably have been better.
When are the Oscars coming up?
I don't know when they are. They're usually like in March, aren't they?
March?
April. I don't know when they are.
January, February, March. So we got like...
Not sure.
A couple months. 1 month. 2 months. I don't know.
I don't know.
2 months
when
maybe.
they are.
Well, I mean... With that... I mean, like, talking about the films we watched on the whole. What did you watch? What did you watch with me? What can we talk about? Because not only are we reviewing Godfather, this is also the end of Christmas.
Well, we watched together. What's CC again?
Citizen Kane. You didn't watch that with me.
And what's PF?
Pulp Fiction.
We watched that together, We watched the 2 Godfather movies, and we watched Back to the Future in 2001. Those are the ones we watched together.
So, let me see. I watched Shawshank Redemption with Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he liked it. I watched Schindler's List with Mom. This isn't the last time she's dealing with the Holocaust, I guess. We watched Citizen Kane. I watched with Becky and Mom at the same. We both reviewed them.
Mm-hmm.
Pulp Fiction I watched with you. That was fun. Star Wars Episode 4. That was the only one I watched with Ahmed. Or, well, it was 1.5, I guess. Godfather I watched with you.
Mm-hmm.
Godfather 2 I watched with you. Back to the Future also watched with you. Wizard of Oz I watched with Ahmed and Jens. Casablanca I watched with Mom. 2001 I watched with you. E.T. I watched with Elijah.
You watched E.T. with Elijah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you watched it with Mom. Okay. Yeah. So this is our 12th movie, the 12th day of Christmas.
Well,
12th night.
I mean,
we need to take the Christmas tree down, right?
I hope you're excited because this
Really
is the last time in like a couple of years that you're gonna watch a good movie.
Is it? I'm gonna go see Little Women later.
Well,
this
it's gonna
weekend.
be absolutely horrible. No, I'm just
I think
kidding.
it'll be
No,
a
I
good
meant
movie.
next year we're gonna watch the worst movies of all time.
We'll see about that.
Yes, we are. I'm gonna force you. And don't worry though. So I'm gonna make my own list. I'm gonna ask around the house, and I'm gonna find the worst movies, right?
Okay.
The 12 worst, and I'm gonna put them, and I'm gonna rank them, and the worst one to the least worst one. And this is just upon popular opinion, not my opinion, because I wouldn't have seen probably any of them, maybe a couple. But then I'm also making one rule. It's one, just one.
Okay.
We're not watching any horror movies because I don't want to watch horror movies. Oh wait, no, two rules actually.
Uh-huh.
No horror movies and no porn.
Hmm.
Because if it was porn, then it would just be all porn, and I don't want to watch porn with you. So I hope that we can have that mutually shared opinion here.
So anyway, this year it was the best movies.
Next year it'll be the worst.
Okay.
Hope you're looking forward to watching Death of a Nation.
Which one?
There are two.
Yeah.
The new one. What was the old one?
The old one was. You're talking about the new one?
Yeah. When was the old one made?
That's like one of the most well-known movies in history of movies.
When was it made?
I don't know exactly.
Are you
Sesame
thinking of
DeMille.
Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a Nation, yes, that's what
No,
I'm
this
thinking
is
of.
Death of a Nation.
Oh,
it
I
was
don't
made
know
in
what that is.
2016,
Okay,
and it was
never mind.
talking about the presidential election.
Oh, sorry. Anyway.
According to Screen Rant,
Okay,
on Metacritic, is the worst rated film of all time.
Let's stay on task here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, honestly, there isn't much to talk about. I'm just trying to tease next year.
Okay.
You'll be excited. We will watch The Room. We will watch Birdemic.
How about the new Mummy?
Well, technically, we can't watch Birdemic. Mummy won't make the cut. We can't watch Mummy, and we can't watch Birdemic because those are horror movies. Those don't count.
Well, Mummy's not really a horror movie.
Okay, well, at least Birdemic doesn't count because it's a horror film.
I don't understand why, speaking of horror films, I don't understand why Nosferatu is not on this list.
Nosferatu? What's Nosferatu?
It's like the first film adaptation of Dracula.
There have been like 20. It's the first. I don't believe you. I think they're older ones. There's always going to be an older film whenever you say it's the oldest. And there's one that's older.
Anyway, it should be on there. It's actually pretty good.
Well, it's not like... You think it would be... There are only like at least 12 films better than this. Like, really? Is it the best?
Yeah, well, there's not a single film from the silent era on here. Not one.
Well, I mean, there weren't very... I mean, compared to the... Okay, so...
Alfred Hitchcock didn't make the list once.
How many films were made in the silent era? What did you say?
I don't know. Hundreds.
How
thousands,
many
maybe?
were made since then?
More.
Yeah, so like a lot more.
Yeah.
So you might say that like, substantial amounts more. So you might say that just by, like, quantity's sake, you know, you'd expect that since there are more films made since the silent era, you know, would be more. And also the reason that happened was because everybody watched films. Like, they put films on the list up from kids that they watched when they were a kid. That's why Wizard of Oz was number 2 on the list. It was because everybody watched it when they were a kid. Everybody on this list, I bet every single person that put on this list saw this when they were a kid.
Strangers on a Train should be on this list.
You know what should be on this list?
What?
Snakes on a Train. That should be on the list.
I think that might go on next year's list.
It's not. It's a horror movie.
Oh.
Yeah, it won't count. Because I don't want to watch The Human Centipede 2, so that's not going to be on the list.
Okay.
I'm also not going to watch any of the old bad Friday the 13th movies, because they're bad.
I like Halloween.
But, and I'm not going to watch Halloween 3. Do you want to watch Halloween 3?
No one wants to watch Halloween 3. Oh my god.
A lot of people think it's the third best movie after Halloween and Halloween 2.
Obviously wrong.
Tell Ralph the movie maker. He made a video reviewing all of the Halloween movies except for the zombie one, the Rob Zombie ones, and the new one that just came out like 2 years ago. When did it come out? A while ago. But not a while ago. So he said that it was really good though. He said that it was underrated.
Halloween 3, blah. Halloween 1 and 2 were the best, but Halloween 3.
I bet that people will agree with you on that because it made a lot of money. You know, they rebooted it. Like, they rebooted the films starting from Halloween 2, like, 3 times or something.
I like the original 4 and 5. Those are good. I mean, they're dumb, but they're fun.
We could talk about, like, all of the Halloween, like, movie continuity.
I don't think we can because you won't watch the movies.
No, I'm not talking about the films themselves. I don't care about the films. No, I meant the continuity in the films. We could talk about that for a long time.
I'm not really interested.
Because there is a ridiculous amount of continuity. So, it went Halloween, and then Halloween 2 is the direct sequel to that. And Halloween 3, Halloween 1 and 2 are movies, right? Okay, so then Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, which seems like they're getting desperate, right? Like, after the failure of Halloween 3, they were like, okay, so Michael Myers is in this one, right? So, that one, I think, starts off after Halloween 2, so it's kind of like Halloween 3, in a way. And then Halloween 5, I think, starts out after, which is like Revenge of Michael Myers. And then that's when after Return of Michael Myers, right? And then the Rob Zombie ones are a complete reboot. H2O?
Yeah, that one starts after 2, right?
That starts after 20 years after 2, right? Then the new one is a complete reboot again. But wait, no, the Rob Zombie ones are actually... They start out after Halloween 2. So that means that it goes... So, if you follow this timeline, the continuity would be Halloween 1, the original, Halloween 2, the original, Halloween 1, the new, then Halloween 2, the new one. Which means also there are 3 movies named Halloween.
Okay, anyway, we're way off topic. Let's get back to the topic at hand.
I don't know, we should... The reason I thought we would go off is because I think we kind of wrapped it up. There's not much to talk about. I mean, do you have anything you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Do you think this deserved to win Best Picture?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Green Book should have won over it. I think Green Book should have won all of the Best Pictures. It should have won every single Oscar ever.
I'm sorry, Green Book should have won none of the good Best Pictures.
It should have won Best Short Film and Best Feature Film.
And Best Animated Feature.
And Best Animated Short Film. Bao had nothing on this.
Alright. Well, happy 12th day of Christmas.
Yeah, I mean... Hopefully I can get this uploaded in time.
Should be able to.
Yeah. Okay, well, bye. See you next year.